that begin with the letter Q. So as everybody jumps in tonight and we're waiting on everybody, how about we put in the comments what words or word you think that we might be talking about tonight that begins with the letter Q. The letter Q. I like the letter Q. The letter Q is a fun one. For those of you who are just turning in who don't know me, my name is Deanna. I'm on an adventure to lose over 100 pounds. I am about 50 pounds down into my fun adventure as of right now. My main way is not through a special diet or anything. It is through the creation of habits that serve me well and the elimination of habits that don't serve me. So that is my method and my ways. Ooh, quick. That's a good one. I like that word. Quality is another guess of a word tonight, which is also a very, very excellent word. So I had a very busy day today, and I swear I just ran into the house, had to get everything all set up. Of course, my laptop was like dying and nothing was plugged into the right things. And so I'm all kind of discombobulated a little bit. But that's the fun and joy of being me and being busy and having so many fun and exciting things that are happening in my life. So, Misty, thank you so much for being here tonight. I appreciate you so much. You just don't even know how much I do appreciate you. So I want to, I hit the thing. Bad me. Oh no, now everybody's hearing like an echo and stuff. Okay. I wanted to talk about a word. I wanted to talk about a very, very, very fun word. And as I'm getting here, okay. I feel like I'm better. I feel like I'm ready now. I feel like I'm more organized than I was just a second ago. So that is excellent. Okay. Aw, thank you. That's so sweet. The word that, and oh, by the way, I just wanted to let some people are going to be sad by this, but I have to leave at 5:45 tonight because I have to go walk a dog and I didn't schedule it well. So that's on me and I'm very sorry, but we're going to have a shorter live stream than normal tonight. It's going to end at 5:45. So I just want to let you know that up front. Okay, getting into the word. So we're going to get to these other guesses of words in a little bit. But the first word I wanted to talk about tonight was the word questions. Questions. Questions are a very important thing for us to ask ourselves. Asking the right questions is so very, very, very important. So a lot of times we can kind of be a little bit thinking about the problems. What are the problems? What's wrong with me? Why can't I get it? Why am I not consistent? Why don't I have enough willpower? Why do I have so low motivation? These are all questions that are focused on the problem. And they're not questions that are focused on the solution. So we want to ask ourselves questions about the solution. Would I be more motivated if I tried this? How can I be more consistent? We want to put these questions into our brain so our brain can look for the answers to those questions. If we're always asking about the problem, it's just going to see more problems, more problems, more problems, more problems. But if we're asking it about how to find the solution to being lazy, how we're finding the solution to willpower, how we're finding the solution to motivation, how we're finding the solution to consistency, we're finding the solution to whatever it is that you're, it's going to be more activated to search for those answers. Our brains want to solve problems. They want to search for solutions. They want to find, our brains want to answer the questions, but we want to ask the right questions. Asking the right questions. Ooh, very important to ask open-ended questions. Yes. So, what kind of struggles have you had in like the last 7 days? And what can we do in order to solve them? Hi, Cheryl. Welcome. Thanks for joining us tonight. We're talking about words that start with the letter Q, and we are starting with the word question. But feel free to put your guesses in the chat below. So, I think the thing is that we really need to be curious about asking the right kind of questions. And a series of questions kind of came up in my head, and I wanted to go off on a little side tangent about it. So James Clear, he states in his book, Atomic Habits, that one of the key steps to habit change is identity. And Elizabeth Benton, in her book, Chasing Cupcakes, she also kind of talks about this, but she talks about it in the terms of reputation. So we kind of identify with what our reputation is. Our reputation is kind of like a culmination of things that have kind of happened in the past, and then it becomes, kind of like who we identify as, what our reputation is. You might, identify as somebody who's inconsistent or lazy or weak or unmotivated, all of these different words. Tia, hi, hello, how are you? So the thing here is that who you are is not limited by your past. You have the ability to change your identity. And it really comes down to questions. Who do you want to be? How do you want to be? How does the person that you want to be act? What choices do they make? What choices do they not make? Review who you want to be. As you go throughout your day, at the end of the day, take a look back and say, did I act as the person who I want to be? Is there anything that I can kind of like do differently? Is there anything that I can do differently? Asking all of these questions. So I want to be a person who is at their goal weight and maintains that weight with ease. So in order to be that person, how does that person act? That person is an active person. That person enjoys making healthy meals at home. That person makes mindful decisions when not eating at home. That person is very aware of stress and life balance and all of these different things. That's, who I am. It used to be somebody who I thought I was becoming, and that was kind of like a ladder step thought that I had to have because I wasn't who I wanted to be. So I started with, I'm becoming an active person. I'm becoming a person who likes to cook at home. I'm becoming a person who doesn't emotionally eat. I'm becoming, but now I am. And I am follows you. It follows you. We have to be really, really careful, with our I am statements. If we're always constantly saying things like, I'm inconsistent, I'm lazy, I'm weak, I'm unmotivated, I'm out of control, I'm a sugar addict, I'm, throw in all your I am statements here, but whatever it is, if you keep repeating that to yourself, you're telling yourself that. Your brain is going to look for evidence of that. But if you're a person who has great strength around food, your brain's going to look for evidence of that. You are not weak, Miss Misty. You are very strong. You are strong in ways. Oh, you're just throwing out things that come in the chat. You're not talking about yourself. Sorry. I got all defensive. I was like, oh, mama's got to protect her. But yeah, if we say these things, oh my gosh, if we say all of these things to ourselves on a consistent basis, it's really like providing excuses to continue to display that behavior. You're like, your brain just thinks, well, you said I was weak, so I gave in. You said I was dumb, so I didn't even try to read that nutrition label. You said I was incapable, so I didn't even try. I quit before I even got started. There are things you say to yourself. We can change those things that we say to yourself. And we have evidence of, I know that you have evidence of the difference. And I think that we all have evidence. If we're saying that we're weak, I think that you can think of one time that you were able to display that you were strong minded, strong in the body, strong in so many ways. You're very skilled. I am dumb. You're not dumb. You were able to quickly identify something that was bringing you down, and then you were able to allow for solutions to that. So I know that you're not dumb. I know that you can't get to the place in the job that you work, because I know that you can't be dumb and get that job. There's so many instances of ways that you're not dumb. You are incapable. If anybody has shown that they are capable, it is you. You were capable of doing a hard thing and moving. You were capable of losing 150 pounds. You were capable of letting go of mementos that no longer served you and were creating emotional baggage and weighing you down. So definitely, and that brings me to, and it's completely unrelated to a Q word, but community, accountability, and support are also important, because we can't always see the other story. We can only see the story that we're telling ourselves. We can only see the things that we're telling ourselves. And that's why it's really important to have accountability, community, and support for, what you're going through in life, because they can help show you the other side of the story. Like, it doesn't always have to be that way. It's not just this one way. And that's why we're all gathering here tonight. And the more that we share, and the more that we open up with each other, and the more that we, feel comfortable talking with one another, the easier the whole quest, adventure, journey, whatever it is, the easier it's going to be. Because we have those people to back us up, to support us, to let us know if maybe we're getting a little off track with what, our thoughts are. Hey, Carolyn, welcome. Hi, Tia. I said hi, Tia, right? We're talking about words that start with the letter Q. We started with the word question because I think that questions are very important and that we're asking ourselves the right question. Are we asking ourselves questions and we're only focusing on the problem? Or are we asking ourselves questions and we're thinking about the solution? So if we're asking ourselves about the problem, say, why am I so unmotivated? Why don't I have any willpower? Why can't I remain consistent? Why do I always skip my exercise? Why do I always give in to the nightly sweet treat? If we're always asking ourselves why on like the habits and behaviors, our brain's going to look for reasons, it's going to excuse it, it's going to allow it. But if we're looking for solutions, how can I be more motivated? Well, maybe if you were trying the right exercise activity, maybe if you were doing activity at the time of day that was right for you, maybe if, so many maybe ifs, what's the solution? If we ask ourselves, how can I be more motivated? Maybe if I joined a challenge, maybe if I had better accountability and support system. We want to ask ourselves the questions that are going to get us to a solution. And the tricky thing is that, the one solution is not going to be the same for everybody. So we're going to have to be curious about it. We're going to have to experiment with it. We're going to have to try out different things until we find out what works. And you know what? The sad thing about that is that we're going to fail. Something's not going to work. And we're going to feel like quitting. Oh my God, I tried something different and it didn't work. You just didn't try the right thing yet. Try again. Some people can't work out at 5 a.m., 6 a.m., 7 a.m., 8 a.m. They have to do it at 6 or 7 p.m. It's just, but you don't know until you try. Maybe you're doing the complete wrong time. I know so many people who have tried to do couch to 5K. Couch to 5K. How many people have done couch to 5K at least 3 times? Why is it that I've never finished couch to 5K? Is it because I just don't like running outside? Is it because I'm doing it at the wrong time? Is it because I just don't like running? Why am I not making it a priority? You know what I can make a priority? I can make strength training a priority. Why? Because I love it. I enjoy it. It's easy to do. It doesn't have any weather considerations that I have to worry about. I can just do it from my home, the comfort of my own home. But it took experimentation, it took curiosity in order to find out the answer to what exercise do I like? And think back to when you were a kid. What kind of exercises did you like when you were a kid? Have you tried any of those lately? Have you tried any of those? So going back to, more of those questions, saying, why am I weak? Well, how do I display that I'm strong? How do I display that I'm committed? Think about those things because I know that you have ways. I know that you have solutions. I know that you have answers. You just have to trust your gut and your intuition and maybe ask an accountability partner, friend. They might know because you're just not letting your brain get there. You're not opening up to what the solution could be. Don't enjoy running or walking. And that's okay. Everybody has their thing that they enjoy. Everybody has their thing that they enjoy. And that's the fun of it all, is that, we just got to find what works for us. So we were tying this into our, identity and our reputation. And then, the I am statement, and that it follows you, and be careful about saying I am. We can change that. You just decide, who do you want to be? What does that kind of person do? And then just think about small little ways that you can start doing that. So, like, maybe for a person, I'm just going to throw out an example. Maybe you are a person who on the weekends ate every single meal out. Like, you went out for fast food for breakfast on Saturday, you went out to brunch on Sunday, you went out to dinner both nights, because you wanted to relax, you wanted to rest, you didn't want to have to do any chores, you didn't want to worry about the cleanup. What if we just took one of those meals off the table, and instead of going out to eat for 6 meals, you went out to eat for 5 and you made 1 meal at home? One small little change. And then in a few weeks, you just evaluate, oh, that's going pretty good. Yeah, that's nice. I kind of like it. We're getting the hang of it. Okay. And then you tag on another one. And then you think about, other solutions and things that you can do. Dancing, swimming, bike riding, roller skating, and just running around outside, playing outside when I was a kid. Yep, me too. All of those things. I love swimming. I wish I had a pool so much. I want to join the Y so I can go swimming. I want a pool. Way more than 3 tries at Couch to 5K. I am one of those, like, I like to give running a try whenever it's like the perfect, 70 degrees outside and sunny and everything. But if it's not that, then I don't like it at all. And my motivation just goes way down to do it. So yeah, I've just kind of come to terms with the fact that it's not really, I don't want to become a person who does that. It's just not important to me. And my health is not determined upon, completing this. It's not, but if it's something that's important to you, if you want to become a person who runs 5Ks, and you value it, then you're going to have to be a person who, makes it a habit and does it consistently. But if you value it, if I am a person who values running a 5K, I'm going to practice, because it's a value. It's something that you're just kind of like, you believe strongly about, you're adamant about it. If that's something that you really, really want to do, because I know some people who, they have some friends that consistently go out and they're signing up for these 5Ks and they're getting these t-shirts, and that's, a way that they socialize, and you want to be in that social circle. If that's what you want and that's what you would aspire to be, you can do that. You can change. But it's going to take a little bit of, dedication, a little bit. And I'm becoming that person. I'm becoming that person. I'm becoming that person. And eventually you get there. But for so many of us, we don't value it. It's not who we want our identity to be. We think we do, and we give it a try, and we give it a try, and we give it a try. But in the back of our mind, it's not who we want to be. Who do you want to be? That's the big question. It's the biggest question. Who do you want to be? I don't know. I just want to be thin. Don't stop there. Ask yourself again, who do I want to be? I don't want to be controlled by food. I don't want to be a person who shops at plus size stores. I want to be a person that shops at regular stores. I want to be an inspiring person. I want to be able to let people know that they don't have to choose to live in a body that they're unhappy with. Who do you want to be? The sky's the limit. It's your choice. You just got to ask yourself the right questions. Who do you want to be? How do you want to act? How does the person that you want to be act? What kind of habits do they have? What kind of hobbies do they have? Are those things that you can find yourself being into? So, questions. I love questions. Love questions. So, Carolyn, and I could go for days on questions, but I really wanted to just limit our conversation today to questions about kind of like identity. I just kind of wanted to talk about questions that related to identity. The questions go into like self-sabotage, questions about limiting beliefs, questions about the food that you eat and why you eat it, questions about how do you feel after eating foods. Like questions go on and on and on, but I just really wanted to focus on this kind of one kind of segmented way. Oh, for everybody that joined late today, by the way, I have to leave 15 minutes early. We're stopping at 5:45. Just give you a heads up. So there you go. Talking about cue words. So I think Carolyn, was it Carolyn? I think it was Carolyn. Yeah, she's up on the screen. Quiet. Quiet. So anybody want to type in the chat how they relate quiet to weight loss? Quiet. So how do you quiet all that brain chatter? How do you quiet all that brain chatter? So I noticed that a lot for me, sometimes between 6 and 8 o'clock at night, my brain gets chattery if I'm not engaged in something. If I'm just watching TV, I'm kind of bored. I'm not doing enough things at one time. And hey, Tuber Chat, I'm so glad you're here. Thanks for joining. 6 to 8, my brain starts to go off like, oh, we need a snack. Maybe we should do this, And that's just a learned habit. That is something that I had done for years and years and years. It was, you go to the fridge pantry dance. I used to have a name for it. Oh man, what was it? Can't remember, but you run to the fridge and then you run to the pantry, and then you run to the fridge and you run to the pantry, and you really don't know what you want. You're just looking and you keep looking and you keep looking. You're not hungry. You're bored. When you're hungry, you go in and you grab something to eat. That's what you do. So how do I quiet that chatter in my head whenever it's saying, let's do the fun pantry fridge dance and run back and forth between the two and look? Okay, well, there are things that I can do. So I have, coloring books that will put that chatter in my head to rest. If I color, journaling puts it to rest. If I start to write down my thoughts about the day, that's another tool that I have in my tool belt that I can do. I can get up and go for a walk instead of sitting there being bored. Sometimes it's just like my body hasn't used all of its energy for the day, and I just need to get out and go for a walk, do some dancing in the house, do some exercise, something like that. So a lot of times that, in order to quiet that chatter, that self-sabotage brain going on, I just got to get up and get busy. I get the life of a mama, I get my quiet time mostly in the shower. Oh, enjoy your showers. Quiet time. Quiet time. That's whenever Misty, she said she learns about a lot about herself whenever she's quiet. Quiet time. Quiet time is, I value my quiet time. I was thinking about that yesterday, I think, in the car, about how I have always set clear boundaries around my quiet time. I need my morning me time. That's me. That's for me. That's when I wake up. That's when I do my best thinking. That's when I do my best creative. That's whenever, all the things are happening is during my quiet time. And I've always had my quiet time. That's been part of my identity. And it's so funny because whenever I think about other habits that I just think are so hard for me to set boundaries around, and I struggle with them. And then I think, wow, but you did it so easily with my quiet time. I value it. I value it. So how do I value this other? And that really just takes a mindset shift and making it, hey, wait, I'm a person. I am an I am statement. An I am statement's going to follow you. I am a person that values this. So I'm going to stick up for myself because I value that. And it was just that simple, oh, wow, if I look at it a little bit differently, it's so much easier. But I just didn't get that thought in my head. I didn't know how to look at it. And I learned it by asking questions. What's the solution to this? Why was it so easy for me to set this boundary? So I found the solutions. So by asking questions. God, I circled all the way back around to questions, and we were talking about quiet. That's amazing. Quiet. I think quiet time is really good. It's good so that you can assess your day. It's good so that you can plan your day. Quiet time is a good time to, that's going to bother me. Do you guys see that? That hanger? Where is it? There. That hanger? That's bothering me. Sorry. It's hanging on a chair. And I had to point it out. That was smart. Just point it out. We can assess our day. We can plan our day. We can role play. So if you've got a situation where you find yourself sabotaging yourself a lot in that situation, you can role play the scenario in your head. How do I want to act? How do I want to handle this situation? Just practice it out in your head, how you want the events to go down. Quiet time is good for that. Collecting your thoughts. All kinds of quiet time is, make sure you get some quiet time. Get some quiet time if you can. It's hard, I know. I know we've all got busy lives and we're taking care of so many people. But try and find your 10 minutes of quiet time. Try and find those 10 minutes. Or 30 minutes in the shower. Maybe until the water runs out. Whatever you got to do. So Miss Misty guessed some fabulous words. And she guessed quick. Because of quick fit home workouts, I'm sure. But quick is brought up so many times in the weight loss realm. Everybody wants quick weight loss results. We want those rapid weight loss results. We want it overnight. If you want that, do not subscribe to my channel. I have nothing about quick weight loss. I do not have anything positive to say about quick weight loss. So many times, we're happy. We're going through our lives. We're just like, everything's great. And then all of a sudden, an event comes up and we're like, oh God, it was fine whenever I didn't like my body, when it was just me walking around in it. But now all these people are going to see it. Now I got to have it quick. How can I do this fast? But like I said, I've got, sorry. So quick is not something that I really, can talk about quick weight loss. So completely in the wrong spot. But Quick Fit Home Workouts is a great workout channel on YouTube to get wonderful HIIT workouts, strength training workouts. I am not sponsored at all, but she is my coach, and that's why I'm, shouting her out. So Quick Fit Home Workouts. Ooh. So another word that somebody said was quality. Emphasizing the importance of choosing nutritious, high quality foods for effective weight loss. Quality is one of those things that is, a touchy kind of subject, because some people really, really, really are passionate about quality, nutritious foods. But I believe that in weight loss, everybody has what kind of works for them, and everybody is going to need to build that framework for themselves. And the quality of your foods is going to be, yes, I'm going to say yes, we want to have quality, nutritious foods. We really, really do. But it doesn't mean that if you eat a food that is not a quality, nutritious, high quality food, that there's anything wrong with you. If you if you enjoy eating donuts, if you think it's an important part of who you are, it's your style, it's, how you're social, whatever the words are that are out there. There are ways that you can eat a donut once in a while and lose weight. I'm not saying you can, eat a whole bunch of donuts all the time, every day, anything like that, but you can have donuts if you want to lose weight. So quality of our food, it's one of those things that I think people get so hung up on, and it causes them to quit. The other Q word, quit. Don't quit. Don't quit. Don't let something so minuscule. Oh my, you had a donut. Oh my, you had, some French fries. Oh my, you had something that was not on your plan for the day. Just make the next best decision at the next meal. It's okay. It's not gonna be terrible. I promise. It's not, unless it's something that you can't physically eat because of allergies, gluten issues, whatever the issues may be, medical reasons. Always check with your doctor, but it's not going to be disastrous. It's not going to be disastrous. Quality. Quantity is another keyword that relates to weight loss. Quantity, focusing on controlling, portion sizes, to manage the calorie intake. Quantity is definitely, something to be cognizant of, to be mindful of. But the thing about quantity is that a lot of people are always reduce your quantity, reduce your quantity, reduce your quantity. But sometimes you want more quantity, more. You can add. There's also adding. So we can talk on that on, another occasion, but I only got 5 more minutes today. But adding, and whenever you add fruits and vegetables to your meals and you bulk up that volume using these quality foods, you get more quantity, you get more full. And whenever you eat a big meal like that, that's high quality, high quantity, it makes a little bit more room for that, small quantity of something that's less quality. I used to, my devil angel foods. I used to eat devil angel food. I loved my devil angel food. So ice cream and peaches was one of my favorite devil foods for a long time. Angel devil foods. And My brain's not really worried. I need to bring back my angel devil foods. What were my other ones? So like my grapes and crackers is another angel devil food because I just felt so like, ooh, look at me eating these Ritz crackers. But then I'd have this whole plate of like this whole quantity of quality foods. So it's just learning like these tips and things that kind of, work for you and work for your diet. And again, everybody's diet's going to be different. Not everybody's going to eat the same things, and that's okay. We got to do what works for us. Do what works for us. So, keywords. I hope you guys enjoyed the keywords for today. Before we go here, before I have to run out, I've just got some reminders that I wanted to go over today. Where is this one at? There we go. Reminders that I wanted to go over today. So don't forget to leave a comment because it helps out my channel, gets this out to more people. So it's really important to me that you leave a comment. Tell me what your favorite word that begins with Q and why it is. Also, visit my website, adventuresofdeanna.com. I'm going to start sending out a newsletter kind of irregularly on no planned schedule at all. So you'll want to go and do that. Also on my website, I'm hosting a retreat September 13th through 17th. And if you're interested in how curiosity is the secret to motivation, you're definitely going to want to check out all the retreat details. The retreat is only open to 9 special people. Once it sells out, it is gone. And I don't know if we'll ever have another one. And then finally, I want you to remind yourself of who you are. I want you to remind yourself of who you are. And all of you who are watching this, you are loved. You are worthy. You are succeeding. Now, you need to say it to yourself and say it with me. I am loved. I am worthy. I am succeeding. So with that, that's all I have for tonight. Don't forget to leave that comment. I will see you guys in the next video. As always, it's going to be an adventure.